Uh-oh, we're in the wrong scene.
You watching 80 Block Film, 80 Block Film Show, 80 Block Film, 80 Block Film Show, 80 Block, 80 Block Film, watching 80 Block, 80 Block Film Show, 80 Block.
What's up, everybody? How the hell's it going today? Yeah, we're watching 80.
Getting facts ready, keeping all the cameras steady, audio ready, so unlock, yep, and low. Patriots prepare for
The Eddie Block Show. What's up, everybody?
80 Block Films, 80 Block Film Show, 80 Block, 80 Block Films, 80 Block, 80 Block Films.
You forgot the one in the chamber. What's up, everybody? Oh, shoot, I forgot to close my emails down. Otherwise, we're going to hear all kinds of emails going off. Like you just heard. How's everybody doing today? Hope y'all are having a good one. I don't know. It is, what is it today? It's Tuesday, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Tuesday, every day, all day. Taco Tuesday, I guess. No tacos here because, unfortunately, it's not part of my diet. I love the keto diet, but, you know, could be a pain in the butt, too. What's up, Steven005? How you doing, my friend? How's everything going over there? How's everything going? Hope y'all are having a good day. I'm just chilling. Uh-oh, something's messing up on my thing. Maybe that's what's messing up. Who knows? Digga made... Uh-oh, Digga's in the house. We're in trouble now. Everybody watch out for Digga. Digga likes to mess with people. She sure does. Digga will mess with you hard. But she's my... Gosh darn it. I'm trying to set something up here so I can do something. And it's not wanting to work. There we go. I think I got it. Excuse me. Man, I've had this. My nose has been messing up ever since for like the last 2 weeks, man. There's something weird in my nose. Like only this one. Only this one. I keep getting these super hard boogers, and you can't blow them out. No matter how hard you try. Not fun. I think this said, I looked it up and it said I don't drink enough water or something like that, but I don't know about that. Anyways, so guys, it's October. I should have done this sooner. What's up, Lauren Wimberly? How you doing, my friend? If y'all don't know, I got spinal bifida. I was born with spinal bifida along with 7 other birth defects, maybe 8, who knows. And why is my camera so low today? Did I get like a booster seat or something today? Let me fix this. Let me look up here. Oh, that's why. I see what happened. My camera slid down a little bit. Woo, that's why. Let's go up a little higher. But anyway, so yeah, so it is officially October. It's been October, and like I said, I should have done this a long time ago. By the way, we got Digga, we got Steven005, Lauren, Digga Warps over there in Rumble as well. And everybody else that's here. How's it going? How's it going? But so like I was saying, it's October and it's spinal bifida month. It's something I have. It's caused by, Agent Orange exposure and my dad to me. And so I figured, you know what? Today we're going to go and talk about it. I'm going to tell you guys what it is before I get on to the news. How y'all feel about that? Y'all want to learn about spinal bifida a little bit? Gavin Newsom just texted me. He's coming over here in a second. So how about we do... Oops, I don't use those buttons anymore. I forgot. I use the buttons up here now. So how about we go to good old X, or not X, but good old internet here. And let me tell you about spinal bifida here a little bit. So spinal bifida. There's a whole bunch of different kinds of spinal bifida. I have a couple different kinds. Excuse me. So let's show you. So overview. Spinal bifida is a condition that occurs when the spine and the spinal cord don't form properly in the womb. What's up, Pamela G? It's a type of neural tube defect. The neural tube is the structure and developing embryo that later becomes the baby's brain and spinal cord and tissues that enclose them. And I'm just giving you guys a heads up. Yes, I am going to read this whole entire thing. I don't care if you get bored. it's my life, and I have to deal with spina bifida every day. And so you can deal with spina bifida for about 10, 15 minutes with me. I want you to learn about me. So it says typically the neural tube forms early in pregnancy and closes by the 28th day after conception. In babies with spina bifida, a portion of the neural tube doesn't close all the way. This affects the spinal cord and the bones of the spine. Oh, Pamela's in both sides now. So it says spina bifida can range from being mild to causing serious disability. Symptoms depend on where on the spine the opening is located and how big it is. Symptoms can also depend on whether the spinal cord and nerves are involved. When necessary, early treatment for spinal bifida involves surgery. However, surgery does not always completely restore lost function, which I can attest to because I can't feel my legs at all. Like the doctors, they don't even know how I can walk. Um, I don't know. I might, maybe after I show you all this, I might feel obliged to maybe show, because you can see where my spinal bifida is on my back actually. If I can guarantee that I can't show you any butt crack, I might consider showing you guys, but I can't guarantee that. So we'll see. So this is spina bifida mylia. This is the one I have. And so the spinal nerves. So what happens is all the nerves are stuck outside of your back. So see this little sac right here? This is what spinal bifida is, at least for me. And like this is what my back looked like when I was born. So I actually had surgery over the first week of my life. I had 7 surgeries, I was told. It says myelio meningococcal, or however you say it, is the most serious type. I don't even know how to say my own disease or birth defect. It is the most dangerous type of spinal bifida. The spinal cord's protective covering and spinal nerves protrude at birth, forming a sac on the baby's back. The exposed nervous system may become infected, so prompt surgery is needed after birth. And thank you, Stephen. So actually, like a couple years ago, I was having back surgery, and Kaiser sent me over to get. They had to do some tests because I was having back surgery, and they wanted to put a dye in my spinal fluid so they could see where all my nerves were. And it was only supposed to take like a couple hours, you know. And so Gavin. So I'm sitting there, you know, and I'm laying on my stomach, which is one of the most painful ways that I can lay. And I kept getting, you know, he kept injecting stuff in me. I was like, dude, I thought this takes a couple minutes. And he's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. And so then, like after an hour, I was like, dude, what the hell's going on? And he's like, sorry, sir, but I can't get your spinal fluid to move around. And I'm like, huh? He's like, well, I injected the dye, but it only stays in a little ball around your spine. And I was like, you fucking idiot, I got spinal bifida. And he's like, oh. And so then he went and he brought a doctor in, and this doctor's like, he's got spinal bifida. Of course the dye isn't gonna go anywhere. It kind of really sucked, you know, that guy did that to me. I was stuck on the table for a lot longer than I needed to be. But anyway, so spinal bifida occulta means spinal bifida occulta is the mildest and most common type. So a lot more people have it that way. It says the type of spinal bifida results in a small separation or gap in one of the more of the bones of the spine called a vertebrae. But this one that I have, the myelio is the most serious type, is also known as open spina bifida. The spinal canal is open along several vertebrae along the lower middle of the back. Part of the spinal cord, including the spinal cord's protective covering and spinal nerves, push through the opening at birth, forming a sac on the baby's back. Anyway, so symptoms. Typically, there aren't any symptoms of spinal bifida because of occulta, because the spinal nerves aren't involved, but you can sometimes see symptoms of newborn skin above the small gap in the spine. You might see a tuft of hair, small dimple or a birthmark. But for meningococcal, it may affect the bladder and bowel function, which definitely does that. Your best friend from high school still friends has spinal bifida. Wow, Lauren. So I definitely have problems with bowel and bladder functions. It says in the most serious type of spinal bifida, the spinal canal remains open along several vertebrae in the lower or middle back. The membranes are part of the spinal cord or nerves protrude at birth, forming a sac. The tissues and nerves usually are exposed, though. Sometimes skin covers the sac. Babies with this type of spinal bifida may have trouble with bladder and bowel function. Yes, we do. They also may experience weakness or lack of movement in the legs. I do. babies may have a buildup of fluid in the brain. So this I never had this part though. The brain called Caudalphus or whatever. And so then if you have that part, you got to get a stent and they got to put it inside your brain. When to see a doctor, we don't need to read that. We don't need to read none of this. Complications. Spinal bifida may cause minimal symptoms or can lead to more serious physical conditions, like the size and location of the opening of the spine. It's affected by whether skin covers the affected area, which spinal nerves come out and are affected. So, like for me, I can't feel my legs, my knees, but above my knees I can feel. So it says a number of complications may affect children. The nerves that control the leg muscles don't work properly below the area of the spinal cord. That is true for me. This can cause muscle weakness of the legs. Very true for me. Sometimes it can cause loss of movement known as paralysis. Yes, I can't move my right leg at all. I move my thigh. That's how I walk. Whether a child can walk depends on the location of the spine that's affected and the size of the opening. Ability to walk also depends on the care received before and after birth. So, of course, when I was born, they didn't have any prenatal care stuff for it. So, children with mildly whatever can have several complications in the leg because of weak muscles, a curved spine known as scoliosis, which I do, changes that aren't typical, such as inward facing foot. I actually have outward. I have a club foot. That's what they call it, but mine actually go out like this. Bone and joint condition. So apparently, according to the doctors, I have what is that? What is that stuff when you get old and your bones hurt? Arthritis. I have arthritis throughout my whole entire body. Bowel and bladder syndrome. Nerves that supply the bladder and bowel usually don't work properly in children. As a result, they can't control their bowel or bladder. This is because of nerves. So yes, I can unfortunately tell you that that is true. I don't have the buildup of the brain or the shunt malfunction, so thank God for that one. But I have sleepiness all the time, irritability, swelling, confusion. Not really. I don't have seizures either. Don't have any of this stuff. I have latex allergy, so I have sleep disorder breathing, so I definitely have sleep apnea or other sleep conditions. I don't really have skin problems. Oh, less feeling. Yeah, I don't feel as much in my skin. That's for sure. I have a latex allergy, which that used to help out when you have surgeries. What's up? Oh man, I'm super spy. I think a new troll name has just showed up. I do have a latex allergy caused by spinal bifida. So if you didn't know, I learned that latex is made similar to products as similar to guacamole or avocados. So I'm allergic to avocados. Other medical issues arise. Spinal bifida get older. These complications may include UTIs. I get all the time. Gastrointestinal conditions and depression. Yes. I didn't really have a learning disability. What else? So yeah, that's spinal bifida. Arthritis, boys, are your constant enemy, Lauren. Yeah, so you get what it is. That's one of the reasons why they give me chronic pain medicines. So that's a little about spinal bifida. I'll show you. These are like pictures of what spinal bifida looks like on the kids on the back, like this one right here. Oh, you're with Katie. Oh, okay. Last night we had a whole bunch of trolls joining us. Sorry about that. We had all kinds of trolls joining us last night. Donnie, you don't. He just wants this dang treat. That's all he wants. You want your treat? Hold on. You'll get one treat real quick. One treat real quick. Here you go, Donnie. There you go. Panda. Here's your treat, mamas. Panda bear. She's got hers. So yeah, so these are some pictures. Hold on, let me do something here. I'll show you because you know how they mentioned not this one. You know how they mentioned the scoliosis? Let me see if I can find it. Apple totally changed around their darn, what do you call it? The way they have their they totally changed how they do their stuff, their pictures. So sometimes it's really hard to find pictures, especially even though I put it in my favorites folder, so it'll be easier to find. But yeah, so I found it. I found it. So let me show it on the screen now. Go like this. So you want to see what spina bifida looks like, at least for me. Because I have spinal bifida, I had to have all these screws put in my back. Like you can see, it curves this way going up, but it also, when you turn it around, it curves the other way. Which, you know what? I think I got a better picture to show that. Let's see. Let's see if I can search for it and find it. I think it's on this drive. Maybe I can find it. No? What about back? I got a better picture. I just don't know where it is. I got too much stuff. All right, never mind. Well, you don't need to see it. You can see right here. This is what my spinal bifida looks like, and or my scoliosis. These are the rods. I've had this surgery done 5 times now, I think. Apple is the best hope. You don't know what you're talking about. Apple is the only way to go. Only way to go. Only way to go. So, all right, let's see. I think I got up the nerve. I think I'll show you guys. So, let's go back up to this one. Uh-oh, too many windows open now. Let me see. Can I do it? I don't know if I can do it or not. I'll try. And I just knocked over everything. Hello? I just knocked over everything because of my headphones. I gotta mount my thing better over here. All right. So I can show you what it looks like on a real person. I'm actually proud to show this stuff. So F it. I'll show you guys. Let me see. Pull up my pants. So it should be right in like here. You can probably see that big hole, and there's some scars. This is all. I don't know if you're able to see that or not. I don't think you were, huh? I'm proud of this, so I'm going to show you guys now. Fuck it. Now you'll probably be able to see it. So can you see all like right in here? That's a big hole right there. That's my spinal bifida. So there you go. There you go, guys. What's up, David Devine? I recorded that and I didn't put it on yet. I gotta download that yet. Still gotta download that. I gotta fix which way I had my thing working best. Guess it was this one, or was it this one? There we go. Anyways, so yeah, so that's what spinal bifida is like. Did you really see it? Nah, you guys gonna see. So now you guys know what it looks like to have spinal bifida. So now I'm gonna get going with the news. So let's get started with the news. But anyways, I did that because it is Spinal Bifida Awareness Month, and I'm proud that I lived through spinal bifida, and I'm still alive. So, like, I have one scar that starts on my stomach over here. It goes all the way up, and it comes up to about right here on me. You know, disabilities suck, but I have good bragging rights, right? I have some real good bragging rights. Anyways, all right, let's get started with the news. There we go. I don't even know. I didn't even really do any research on the news today. I just know we got the news going on. And we got it on News 1. Let's go here and let's do this. All right. So Congressional Task Force. Sounds like I'm too loud. I got to turn my headphones down. Bionic Eddie. Yeah, I kind of am, huh? I've had like my stepdad when I was a kid, and even in the '80s, he called me his $7 million man. Because I was expensive. Anyway, so congressional task force determines security failures led to a preventable assassination attempt against President Trump. You don't say. We all knew that was true. Says the House task force investigating the assassination attempt on former President Donald J. Trump in July released a scathing report Monday detailing that dude, what's the title of this? Did I put up the wrong title? It looks like I just got a notification on for locals. Hold on, sorry guys. What is the title I have on locals here? No, I got the right title going on. Okay, never mind. Never mind. That's weird. It says battle scars and did I you saw Plumber's Crack? Oh well, sorry. Anyway, so yeah, so we had that going on there. And let's go up here. We're gonna go and we got some stuff on X about it. So let's see what they're saying on X, because then I'd rather watch X than listen to myself, wouldn't you? Although I do like hearing myself speak. As Hope says, I have too much of a big ego, and it's not always about me, but it is always about me, if you ask me. So let's make this bigger. That's what she said, and let's play this.
Alina Shirazi has the latest from Washington. Alina, this is some strong language.
Certainly some strong language there in that report, Nick. The report stresses that the investigation is ongoing and that its findings are really in the first stages here, but it doesn't hold back, to your point. It gives a scathing review of the planning, or as that report does say, a lack of planning between the Secret Service as well as local law enforcement partners before the rally did happen. We did look through that 53-page report. It's organized by 8 main points, 8 main findings: that there was inadequate planning and coordination before the rally on July 13th. Also, that Secret Service, quote, did not give clear guidance to the relevant state and local agencies about managing areas outside the secure event parameter, including the AGR complex and building where the 20-year-old shooter, Thomas Matthew Crooks, did stage his attack. Much of the report, though, focuses on that area. It found that state and local law enforcement did not have enough personnel to cover the entire complex, and those posted near it didn't have complete visual coverage of that entire area. Nick, we know these findings really do underscore the fact that there was no meeting between, again, Secret Service and the state and local law enforcement agencies there to assist.
So, Alina, this report talking about how they weren't communicating with each other and so many systemic failures. I understand the report is also critical of law enforcement not identifying crooks as a threat.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. The report says that state, federal, and again, local law enforcement officers could have engaged him at several pivotal moments. That's the exact quote there in the report throughout the afternoon, as we saw his behavior becoming increasingly more suspicious. But that day, Crooks fired 8 shots, as we know, at the rally staging crowd. It killed a rally attendee and injured 3 others, including the former president. The task force built its report, as we know, based on 23 transcribed voluntary interviews with witnesses from state and local agencies and almost 3,000 pages of documents from the Secret Service. We know the House panel is expected to propose a series of reforms, and they are expected to also issue a final report before December 13th, Nick.
And once again, important to point out that this was a bipartisan investigation, because everyone wants to get to the bottom of what went wrong that day.
You guys need me to turn my audio down? Am I too loud and their audio too low, or which way is it? I don't know. Yeah, let's see the next one. So I have another one. Okay, so this one is from the Washington Post. Oh, it's not a video though. Never mind. I'm not going to go to the Washington Post, but we'll read it. So the bipartisan House task force has released a preliminary report on July 13th shooting of the Trump rally, calling a preventable result of security failures. Let's see what they say down here. Let's see if any good trolls are on the Washington Post. Guess not. Not too many people talked about that. Not too many people talking about that. All right. Well, then I guess that means we've got to go to our next news item. Doesn't it? I think it does. Okay, so next on the list, 60 Minutes acknowledges they edited the Kamala Harris interview. Well, of course. I mean, they proved it by showing the other version. But so it says CBS News program 60 Minutes responded on Sunday night to former President Trump accusing the show of deceitfully editing the interview with Vice President Kamala Harris. CBS News released a statement defending its editing decision in response to Trump on Monday evening. So let's see what this is. What's up, Stephen Atkins? As a former police explorer who also did security affairs, I can say security in general is at fault. I'd agree with you, Stephen. I definitely would agree with you there. I'd agree with you there. So let's see. Too bad these programs, I have this new program and it's not integrated as good as my old one was. You was SAC trained OPSEC, ComSec, this sucked. Good to know, Stephen. I mean, Lauren, sorry. Let's see, let's put you up there now. Now that I figured out how to pin stuff, I'm having fun with this at least. So it says a statement for 60 Minutes has now confirmed that, well, we all know they edited the video. New release of the fall transcript soon. I thought there was going to be more on that. Let's see what else did they do over here. Okay, so let's see what Trump says over here at the Trump War Room. It says 2 weeks after being caught, 60 Minutes has now released a very defensive statement claiming they did not deceitfully edit Kamala's word salad. Oh, I'd say they did. Well, we have good news for you at 60 Minutes. There's a simple way you can clear it up. Release the full unedited transcript. Okay, so let's see what they say. Let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see it. It says, former President Donald Trump is accusing 60 Minutes of deceitful editing of our October 7th interview with Vice President Kamala Harris. Oh, this is false. I don't think so. 60 Minutes gave an excerpt of our interview to Face the Nation that used a longer section of her answer than that on 60 Minutes. Same question, same answer, but a different portion of the response. When we edit any interview, whether a politician, an athlete, or a movie star, we strive to be clear, accurate, and on point for your agenda, yeah. The portion of her answer on 60 Minutes was more succinct, which allows time for other subjects in a wide ranging of a 21-minute segment. Our long-standing invitation to former President Trump remains open. If you would like to discuss issues facing the nation. What a joke, right? So let's talk about that when it comes to this. Because I've got a degree in media communications and journalism, right? And you ever notice, like, so when the news puts up a picture of somebody they don't like, they always make them look bad. But whenever they put up, let's say, Kamala Harris, and they're all for Kamala Harris, they put up a picture that makes her look better. It's all forms of trickery. It's all about imagery, right? If your audio doesn't sound good, then people aren't going to watch you. So you have good audio. There's so many things that you can do to make a person look good or bad. Like this. So if you, like in film school, we were taught, if you want to make a person look more important, you shoot from below looking up at them, because it means that they're up and above over you, they're towering over you. If you want to make somebody look like they're not as important as you, then you film down on them. That's just one of the trickeries that we do with cameras, right? Why do you think girls take pictures like this? Not because they're trying to make people look better than them, but because if you go like this, then it stretches out their neck and you don't see the little underlings on there. And also, of course, they get to show off the goods, which as a man, I can appreciate looking at a nice little rack or big rack or medium-sized rack or any rack for that matter. It's just the way stuff works. So anyway, so let's watch this video part.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
So the top is the actual answer, and then they're going to show you the edited answer on the bottom.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Now let's see.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
But it seems that
So they cut it to make it look like she was more direct and sounded more proper. And of course, we all know here that's not Kamala. She's a dingbat. I don't even know how they were able to push her over on so many people. Well, actually, yeah, I do, because they're pulling the she's a black woman vote, right? That's how they're pushing it. That's how they're pushing it. Oh, we got to vote for the black woman. You're a racist if you don't vote for the black woman. Same thing they did for Obama. Freaking, you don't vote for the black man, you're racist. That's what they're doing. They tried to do it with Hillary too. Oh, you can't vote for a woman? Oh, you're anti-woman? It's just what they do. It's what they do. All right. So the Supreme Court denies Michael Cohen's lawsuit against Trump. Good. The Supreme Court dismissed ex-lawyer Michael Cohen's appeal to revive a lawsuit against former President Donald Trump on Monday, shutting down Cohen's accusations for the last time. Cohen claimed his 2020 imprisonment was retaliation by the Trump administration for publishing a book critical of the former president. Says the lawsuit has sought monetary damages from Trump, former U.S. Attorney General William Barr, federal prison officials, and the federal government. So, let's see what they're talking about it on X, because, I love going to X now. I love going to X all the time. Oh, we got Jonathan Turley. The big Jonathan Turley. Is he the guy that always sits in front of the piano? Or he sits at a piano case? Let me see. No, I don't think that's him. That's a different. Who's the guy that all last election, he sat in front of a piano talking about, don't worry, folks. President Trump's going to win, folks. Don't worry. Don't worry. Who was that? Is that Stephen Turley too? Oh, that's Stephen Turley, not Jonathan Turley. That's what it is. Brain's finally working here. All right. So the Supreme Court just rejected Michael Cohen's last bid effort to revive his lawsuit against Trump for his incarceration as politically manipulated case. You mean kind of like what they're doing to Trump right now? Cohen's effort to claim victimization is bellied. Maybe it's believed. No, bellied, I guess, by his prior administration or admission to criminal and unethical acts. Oh, she's 19% Indian, Diga? Is that what she is? 19% Indian? Oh, this is a different one. All right. But yeah, Michael Cohen, I'm sorry, but President Trump is the one that should be complaining the whole time. Not you, buddy. Not you. And then you want to testify against President Trump? And they believed him on that the case. Oh my God. How can Michael Cohen be your number one witness? He lied on the stand so many times. It's insane. Just insane. Anyways, the Biden administration deflects questions about the Pentagon leak. So we actually found out who the leak was. And if they don't show you on here, I'm going to find it real quick because I shared who the leak was. Remember, they kept saying it was, oh, well, I guess it came out after this because I get these in the morning. So they're saying, oh, it's a military personnel. It's a military personnel. So White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre was pressed Monday about a severe leak of top secret information out of the Pentagon over the weekend that exposed Israel's retaliation plans against Iran. She punted questions from reporters, and I have it here. So let's go check it out. Let's go check it out. I know we don't really like hearing from her, but let's watch it. Oh, it's 2 minutes long too.
The White House is monitoring the progress of the investigative effort to figure out how this happened, not whether this happened. But just for the sake of clarity, can you confirm that the documents question are authentic and do in fact include U.S. classified intelligence?
Look, I appreciate the question. We're, like I said, we're certainly aware.
All she has to do is sign this. This is her sign right now.
I'm not going to get into specifics. I'm not going to get into details. That's something for DOJ, IC, and DOD to get into it. And certainly they can hopefully answer any questions that you may have on this particular matter. But look, as the reports are out there and what we are hearing, certainly we are very concerned by them. They're being looked into. It's being investigated by the appropriate authorities, by obviously the U.S. government here. And so I'm going to let them speak to it directly.
Herbie characterized the concern as stemming from the fact that they were in the public domain. So,
well, it's true.
As he talked about it, the implication was that this was classified information. I'm just asking yes or no, was it?
Look, anytime anytime there are leaks like these that end up in the public domain, and just reiterating what he said, of course it is concerning. We have the appropriate authorities who are looking into this on our side of things, and I'm going to be really mindful. I'm not going to get into specifics. Was this, classified?
A great
Was this not
toilet roll
classified? I
brush.
can't get
She
into
would,
that
bro.
from here. That is something I see, and DOD and DOJ can get into it on those specifics. But anytime we see any type of classified information that is leaked and that is out there in the public domain, of course we are concerned, of course. But they can speak to their how authentic, how real, any of those pieces. They can speak to that. I'm not going to speak to that from here.
All right, so get this though. So this came out today. This is not one of the ones I shared, but I was in a rush to find it real quick, and I just found it. Oh, of course, and now it's not there. Hold on, let's go to my page then. Since it didn't run over like I thought it was going to, we'll find it here on mine real quick. Here it is right here. Breaking news. Israel Hayom reports that the leaker of classified documents from the Pentagon was Aryan Tabatabai. Tabatabai kept her security clearance in October 2023 despite credible allegations she was spying for Iran. The failure to remove her security clearance led to this. Are you hearing this? So they thought she was spying for Iran last year in October. Didn't do anything about it. And now she released information. Do you think it was this? She's just a scapegoat and they just threw her name down there? Or do you think really that she did it? I don't know. Who knows what the government nowadays? It's so hard to know what the freaking government does nowadays. It's a joke. We're going to watch this later on in a little bit. Okay, let's go back to the news stuff. No, I don't have a new picture of the day or any of that stuff. I haven't been doing that lately. I guess I should again, huh? All right, FEMA's strategic plan prioritizes DEI rather than aid. So they prefer to be DEI inclusive rather than to give aid to people in need. I'm going to read all of this one because I don't have any clips for this, but it says the Federal Emergency Management Agency is taking fire for its increased focus on migrants. Let's just put it real here. It's illegal aliens. It's illegal aliens and diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, while its response to recent hurricanes is under scrutiny. So the 2022 to 2026 strategic plan, an overarching document created by agencies to lay out the priorities, named its first goal, not as disaster relief, but instead diversity, equity, and inclusion. In its first goal, the plan promised to instill equity as a foundation of emergency. This was their very first goal, we got to make sure everybody's included. Its second named priority is to lead whole of community and climate resilience. Once again, community. Once again, DEI bullshit. DEI bullshit. FEMA's readiness comes in as the third goal. The plan, diversity, equity, and inclusion, cannot be optional. They must be components of how the agency conducts itself internally and executes its mission. So the top, 3 goals so far has been all about DEI. It says FEMA makes clear its plan that equity, which includes racial identity, will be taken into consideration when distributing aid, highlighting that there should be equitable and fair distribution of assistance to all those affected, especially those disproportionately affected. No, they actually, if you were black or an illegal alien, you actually got more help. Let's call it what it really is. Yeah, fuck DEI, right, Digglewort? And yes, Ashley Merchant did win. The judgment didn't come in yesterday, but it did. They are going to win. They're going to get some money from Fannie Willis and those clowns over there. They are, which is good. I'm glad for them. I'm very glad for them. Man, we're moving right along today. All right. Gonna mess around with Elon Musk here a little bit. So Elon Musk states he is risking being assassinated because of his politics. Do you think so? I'd agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. So it says in an ex post, Tesla and SpaceX founder Elon Musk wrote that mainstream media are actively working to have himself and former President Donald J. Trump assassinated. Musk's caption was posted with a screenshot of a magazine cover calling him enemy number 2. So I'm going to show that to you right now. We're going to go over to X and show that. Oh, you heading out? All right, Lauren, catch you later, bud. Have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good night. Enjoy. All right, so here we go. Let's zoom in on this a little bit. It says, with their relentless hit pieces, legacy mainstream media are actively encouraging the assassination of real Donald Trump and now me. So this says U.S. Enemy number 2. Says I'm increasing my risk of being assassinated by engaging in politics. Oh, there's a video on it too. Let's watch this video.
Anyway, so dramatically increasing my risk of being assassinated and engaging in politics are not what I want to do. I do not have a death wish, but the stakes are so high that I feel I have no choice but to do it, and that's the reason. So anyway, so
and you know what? I think I actually have another one on this. Let's see. Oh, this is that same clip that they just showed. What's this one? This is let's watch this
my
one.
preference. I don't want to be in politics. I want to be clear. That is not my preference. I just like building stuff. I like building products that people love, and I derive joy from seeing people enjoy the products that my companies make.
I love SpaceX and Starlink. I mean,
I like making products people love.
I want to go there too.
That's what I normally like doing, and I actually don't like politics at all. I hate politics. but the stakes are so high here that I have had no choice but to take a stand.
You know, that's kind of funny. That's kind of how I feel. Like when I went to college for film, you have to go to media communications and journalism in order to then go to film school class. And I got stuck in the political part of it. I wanted to go to film school. I wanted to make movies. And here I am doing this, right? But then because of my politics, I can never get a job over there in Hollywood. They'll never, like my friend, a kid that I actually taught how to edit, had a very small, low position on the John Wick film, John Wick 4. And he was like, dude, you know, my friend Eddie, he's the one that taught me how to edit. You know, you guys should hit him up. And he said, yeah, his name is Eddie Block. And right away they're like, if you ever mention that name again, you can expect to no longer work in this industry. So yeah, I'll never get a job in Hollywood ever. And I don't got enough money to pay to make my own movies, so it is what it is. It is what it is. You know. Who knows? Who knows? All right, so pro-Palestinian protesters barricade themselves inside the University of Minnesota campus building. Oh, excuse me, I said it wrong. Minnesota. Roughly 20 pro-Palestine protesters occupied and barricaded a University of Minnesota administration building late Monday afternoon. A Safe U emergency alert at 4:40 p.m. said protesters restricted access to the building and damaged university property, advising those still within Morrill Hall to safely exit the building if possible. And these guys aren't going to get in any trouble at all, are they? Are they going to get in any trouble at all? I don't think they are. I'd almost guarantee they don't get in trouble. But so let's show you what it looks like. I don't know if I have a picture or a video. We're going to find out right now which one it is. Let's see. So it says breaking news at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities campus is being occupied by anti-Israel protesters. The building access has been restricted and property damage is being reported. This is Tim Walls, Minnesota. Not much of a barricade, though, is it? There's not much of a barricade. But that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Let me see. Is the next one the same thing? Oh, yeah, the next one is the same thing. So, but this one's actual video. So let's pop this up here. Let's start it over.
Okay, I want to tell everyone in attendance here right now.
Go, Donnie. Uh-oh.
Students of the University of Minnesota have locked down and occupied Federal Hall. Let's fucking go!
Oh, no, look at the big, huge barricade they built.
Together, what we are going to do, what you guys are going to do, is post that video, and you guys are going to gather a fucking crowd here, and we're going to rally and help hold down the building.
Do any of you understand what she's saying? Does anybody understand what she's saying? This was earlier. This was yesterday, I think. I think this was yesterday. I believe this was yesterday. But I mean, they're all excited about. Let me find it here. Look at it. I don't even know if that's a girl or a guy, but look, they're all excited. Look, oh, they threw a couple tables, one table and like 4 chairs in front of the door. Oh no. Yeah, that's, you know, my scooter could run right through those. I mean, look at it. They're these little super light freaking tables, you know. You can't wait to hear you're fired, Biden. I don't know if he would say that. He might say you're fired, Kamala, before he'd say you're fired, Biden. I don't know. I'm just guessing here. Just guessing here. I could be wrong. What else do we got on the news tonight? All right, here we go. It says early voting turnout in North Carolina. So we heard the other day that everybody's switching over in Pennsylvania. Now it says early voting turnout in North Carolina surpasses the 2020 records during Hurricane Helene recovery efforts. So even though all these people have been put out by a hurricane and not getting any help at all, right? I think I just pissed them off and made them go vote even more. I think by them not helping these people out made them want to go vote even more. It backfired on them. So it says even as residents from mountainous western portion of the state continue to recover from the devastating effects of Hurricane Helene, preliminary data shows a record 353,166 people cast ballots at more than 400 early voting sites of statewide on Thursday. Now, this was compared to 348,599 on the first day in October of 2020. The State Board of Elections said Friday. So that's not much more, but that's pretty good. Helene was the deadliest hurricane that hit the U.S. mainland since Katrina in 2005, decimating remote towns throughout Appalachia and killing at least 246 people, with a little over half the storm-related deaths in North Carolina. Wow. Wow. Is that why they invented the boys' tampon? I don't know what you're referring to there, but I don't know. Anyways, let's move on to the next thing. We're going through the news fast tonight, but I actually got a whole bunch of stuff on X today. So yeah. Oh, I could have just stayed right there. Duh. Eddie's an idiot. This next one. Sorry, guys. I didn't prepare much for the news tonight. I don't know why. Just wasn't feeling it, I guess. I know why. Because I had to do that Ashley Merchant trial earlier today. Don't listen to these reports of how ahead President Trump is. Everyone needs to go out and vote. We need to vote. Oh, exactly, Gavin. Because if we don't, a lot of times they do this. They do this just so people will say that. Oh, you know what? Oh, I'm kind of tired. I don't need to go vote. President Trump is ahead. That's why they do it. So don't trust it. Don't trust it at all. But anyways. All right. Drug cartel allows members to shoot at U.S. Border Patrol agents. So now they're shooting at the U.S. Border Patrol agents. I think they've done that in the past, though, too, haven't they? So New York Post says the Border Patrol agents in Western Texas were warned they may come under cartel gunfire as the Sinaloa cartel leaders permit members to shoot at the U.S. officers after its co-founder's July arrest, according to an internal memo. The cartels have historically held off on violent encounters with United States-based law enforcement for fear of insurmountable backlash. Yeah, because they know we're going to go fuck them up. They know we're going to go fuck it up, right? So, but the arrest of co-founder Ishmael El Mayo Zambaba, or Bada, however, and Joaquin Guzman Lopez, the son of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, on July 25th has loosened the creeds, especially among younger members. The battle for control has since cost more than 190 lives in the gang's Julican power base in the Mexican province of Sinaloa, but the violence has started to spill across the border after contractors working on a ranch in Eagle Pass, Texas, reported being fired upon through the border fence on October 15th. Wow. That's kind of worrisome, right? So News Nation asked former President Republican nominee Donald Trump about this during his recent interview, and Trump said the troops needed to be brought in to fix the problem. We need a military operation. These people have become military. They're very rich. They're so rich. A lot of rich guys out there. They got a lot of guns. Big guns. A lot of guns. They're among the richest people probably in the world, right? This all comes as former Mexican security chief Genaro Garcia Luna was sentenced to over 38 years in the U.S. prison for taking bribes from the Sinaloa cartel. So yeah. The judge compared him to cartel boss El Chapo, saying he enabled violence and death drugs. So they're shooting at us now, right? And it's going to be interesting. Once President Trump becomes president, I'm sure he's going to send the National Guard down there, or freaking send a couple Marines down there to just fucking kick everybody's ass, and it'll all be over, right? Uh-oh. Weren't you just talking about Minnesota? I was just talking about Minnesota. Are you out of here, Digglewarp? All right, good night, Digglewarp. Have a good night. Have a good night. All right, we are almost done with the news for tonight. Actually, we're getting close. This is the last one, and then we're gonna go to then we're gonna jump over and only be on Rumble now, guys. After this one, let me see. Do I have anything on this one? This is the last one. All right, it says Jim Jordan releases a transcript of the Nathan Wade deposition. Oh, really? Oh, I want to see this. The lover of Fulton County DA Fannie Willis and ex-Trump prosecutor Nathan Wade spilled the beans. Oh, that's right. They did it on Robert's chat this morning. Before Congress in a damning deposition last week. The GOP-led House Judiciary Committee, which is investigating the anti-Trump DA's financial affairs. Not just financial, but booty affairs. And the prosecution of former President Donald Trump released a 132-page testimony Monday in a move sure to spur Willis, who had demanded that Wade not answer certain questions under oath due to confidential nature. Wow. All right, so we do have a little something on it here. Let's go up to it, and let's see. We already saw that one, so let's close that one down. So today we released a transcript of the Nathan Wade deposition before the House committee. Let's see. We're still really super early. We can take a few minutes to look at it real quick, right? I'm not good like Robert does it. So it started at 9:59 a.m. Why do they block all the people's names out? I wonder. Interesting. Interesting. We can pass through all this stuff. We ain't got to read this stuff. The witness. Oh wait. As you can see, there's an official House reporter. Okay. It says by law, do you understand that you're required? Do you understand that the deposition witness? Okay. So this is just all the question. You're letting you know, hey, you got to answer our questions. You understand that? It's just objection stuff. Questions by certain people. These are all basic stuff that we don't need to see. So let's just get going until we don't see this blacked out stuff anyways. So the witness says let's talk about his opening statement here. Says Says, I am here voluntarily accepting service of a subpoena from the House Representatives of the Congress of the United States of America. I wouldn't call that voluntarily, right? Would you call that voluntarily? I wouldn't. He had to be subpoenaed. I am here of my own volition, having paid for my own flight tickets and hotel room in an effort to respond to my legal relevant inquiry. Please note all arrangements were made per agreement for my voluntary testimony, blah, blah, blah. We don't need to hear all this about stuff. But anyways, it's just a bunch of BS. It's just a bunch of BS. I'm not going to go through this. This is going to be boring to me. If you want to do that, go check out Robert Gavea because he does that very well, and that's what he does. All right, guys, there's only 5 of you left over in YouTube land, but we're going to swap over to Rumble and Locals only. What's up, Goofy for Jesus? You voted on Monday. Vote in person. Nice. I'm glad you voted. Yeah, I guess Digga just left, Goofy. I guess Digga just left. So anyways, I'm going to give you a few seconds, guys. Hit that exclamation point Rumble button over there on YouTube. And if you do that, it'll give you the link, or just search for Eddie Block Films on Rumble and come on over and join us over there where you can say whatever the hell you want. And we don't have to worry about YouTube shadow banning us. So, excuse me. Gonna wait 1 second more and then we're gonna go. So catch y'all later and welcome to Rumble.